What's going on, everyone? My name is Craig Curelop. In this episode, we're not going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about morning routines. Now, if you haven't read the book, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, this book absolutely changed my life. I've read it 4 years ago, and I've been doing it almost every single day since that time, and my entire life has changed, right? I went from a job that I hated in San Francisco to a job that I loved in Denver to having graduated from that job and now being a full-time real estate investor, financially independent. Like, my life is so good right now, and really, if there's one critical thing I'd say that happened, it was the miracle morning. So let me describe what the miracle morning is to you, and I'll go through my entire morning routine, right? The first thing I do, I wake up between 4:30 and 5 a.m. every single morning. Right? Not on the weekends, but every weekday morning. First thing I do is I chug an entire bottle of water. This big bottle here, 40 ounces of water I chug, right? I brush my teeth, I wash my face, use mouthwash. That's absolutely critical. Once I've done that, it's basically triggered my mind to say, okay, I'm awake. Like, there's no way I'm going back to bed after I've brushed my teeth, washed my face, and used mouthwash and chugged all that water. I go into my office and I start my miracle morning. So what exactly is the miracle morning, right? Again, it's that book by Hal Elrod. What he did was he studied some of the most successful people in the world and what their morning routines were. And he basically came down to these 6 things that no one does all 6 of these things, but many of the most successful people do at least 2 or 3. So what happens if we just actually combine all these things and do all 6? That's why he wrote the book, and he actually made an acronym for all 6 of these activities called SAVERS. The first is S for silence or meditation. So that's actually the first thing that I do as well, is I come in, I put on a 15 or 20 minute meditation, I put on my headphones, and I just meditate, right? And it's such a glorious moment. No one is awake yet. Nothing can bother me. Absolutely amazing. The second is A for affirmations, right? Affirmations are whatever your goals are, I just write them down in my phone somewhere that's just local to my phone, so I don't need to connect it onto the internet to see it. And I just read over them for 5 minutes, right? Typically, it takes me 2.5 minutes to read through all of my affirmations. So I read through them all twice, and it really gets ingrained in my head because, what you see expands and what you focus on expands, and reading those expands. The V is visualization, right? So now you want to visualize yourself achieving those goals, right? Is it the net worth that you want to hit? Is it the body that you want? Is it the trip you want to take? Is it the kids you want to have, or the kids you want to be, or whatever it is, right? So you just visualize that happening. The E is exercise, right? Exercise, I go to the gym every single morning, right after kind of everything. I also usually do 10 or 15 minutes of rolling out and some yoga and some stretching. That way I can keep the body loose and limber. It's critical to get the blood flowing to start the day. The R is reading, right? I read every single day, and typically for at least 30 minutes every day. And you'll be amazed at how many books you can read over the course of a year if you just read 30 minutes every day, and how much you'll learn if you can read 30 books a year. It's incredible. And there's one thing that all successful people do, it's read. I've never met a successful person that doesn't read. The final letter, S, is for scribing, right? And this is obviously like a ancient word for the word writing, but SAVER is not a great acronym, but SAVERS is. And so scribing is really anything you want, right? A lot of people like to just free flow, write their thoughts on some paper. Personally, I like to write in my journal. Usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes. I just plan the day ahead, write down some of my goals, all that stuff. And then I take about 45 minutes to an hour to write something that I view as productive, right? Maybe it's a blog post, maybe it's a book that I'm working on, whatever it is. Just something that you can provide to the world. And it really does make the day different when I do all 6 of these things versus even if I just cut one of them out, my day's not the same. So that is the Miracle Morning. I highly recommend you pick up the book, and I do not get any sort of affiliate revenue or anything for recommending this book. I genuinely just think it is an amazing book. It changed my life, and if you haven't read it, I would love for it to change yours. So I really hope you liked this video. That is it for today. If you liked it, please leave us a like, a thumbs up, a comment, a review, whatever it is. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next video.